are with one of my favorite people because he actually gave me my first job in New York when I wasn't a dancer.
I can't even believe that.
Yeah, Strawberry Shortcake in the Macy's parade.
I remember, but I can't believe it was your first job.
That was I literally had been in New York for 2 days.
Oh my God.
And I heard about this. I was like, oh, I want to go. And back then I was so stupid because I didn't know like what you really needed to make it. I just thought, oh, I'm good, I'll go.
Yeah.
But I never thought I was a dancer. And when I got there and everybody was like in their little ballet tights and warming up and everything, I was petrified, but then you did wake me up, and I was like, oh, I know this song, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I always say that to people who come to audition. I say, you know, it isn't always, I'm not always looking for a dancer. A lot of times I'm looking for an actor or who matches the material. And then if they come in and audition and I see that I can teach them, depending on how much time I have, I go, okay, let's do it. So that was you.
Well, yeah. No, you introduced me to a lot of people. You introduced me to Pat Burge, who ended up teaching me stepping on cockroaches was a dance move.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Your choreography, I'm going to tell you right now, hands down is my vote for Drama Desk at Outer Critics.
Thank you so much.
The black and white turnaround color number. How did you come up with this? Because it's genius.
Oh, thank you. Well, we were in Chicago and we didn't have an opening to the second act. And, you know, when I go out of town with the show, I learn a lot about the show from the way the audience responds. And they were responding like going crazy for her in the opening of the first act and a little versatility in the black and white number, tap number. They were going crazy. It's stopping the show. And I thought, they're so comfortable with that. I'm setting up the tone of the show with the opening number. And so the opening of the first act was set, and the first act just flew by. So I said, I gotta do that for the second act. What can I do? And so I went home and I wrote down on paper a story. I said, Grampy's looking for Betty. Valentina's looking for Betty. All of the people in the black and white world are looking for Betty because she's gone, and all of the people in the real world are looking for Betty because she just got here. So everyone's looking for Betty. So that was where the idea came.
Where's Waldo?
Yeah. So where is Betty? Betty is here. We've got to find her. Boop boop doo. That chorus I actually wrote.
Really?
Yeah, I wrote it. And then I gave it to Susan and to David, and I said, is there a song here? And then they wrote the song, basically, and, you know, I gave them an old song called Rhythm Is Our Business,
oh, yeah.
which I love, and I said, it should sound like this. This is what I'm hearing. And then they gave me that song, and I called Greg and I said, what do you think? So I've seen the costumes split down this way. I said, what if they're split on the side? And he said, we can do it. And I said, how about if we make 4 out of sweatpants and we test it before I do it? By now I had choreographed the idea and shown Greg the idea. So he got some gray sweatpants and some color sweatpants, cut them in half and then restitched them. And I put them on 4 dancers and we flipped around and I said, it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
I love it. I'm serious. That number, a lot of the numbers in this show, like I'm a big fan of Buena Vista.
Yeah,
like
so beautiful.
But your choreography for this, hands down, I can't vote for anybody else.
Well, the choreography in this show was really about honoring the past.
Thank you.
And coming into the future, right? And using musical theater choreography to help tell this story, because that girl, Betty Boo, lives in a presentational musical theater kind of world. So that, you know, dictated it.
The thing that amazes me most about this show and this year in choreography is in the past years, I haven't liked the choreography because the hands are disjointed, they're all going different ways. It's like they came from you so you think you can dance the end. And I hate it. And I mean, I don't mind free dancing when, you know, everyone's sharp and their hands are like where they are, but I can imagine Babasi like having a massive fit over this. You know what I mean?
Well, I had so much fun. I was channeling Michael Bennett and Tommy Tune and Jerry Robbins.
I can see it.
And all the ones I've worked with. Joe Layton, Gower Champion, you know, I was trying to find their voice in my choreography. and many of them I worked with. So I was able to really dig in that way.
Do you miss your dancer days?
No. My body doesn't miss it, that's for sure. I just came from the acupuncturist.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Like every choreographer, director, what are you working on now? Can you talk about
I
it?
am working on a couple of things. I had a show that I opened in London called Becoming Nancy.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
did it at the Alliance. I did it in London. It was a big hit, and now we're waiting for a theater. And then I did. I'm working on a new musical based on the Secret Court of 1920 at Harvard. A group of boys who were in the Hasty Puddings Club got kicked out of Harvard because they were gay. Or
Wait, is this
perceived
the
to be
one that
gay.
was done as a play at CSE?
Yes, it was off Broadway years ago.
I love that show. I could not believe they didn't make that into a movie.
Well, it's now made it into a musical, but it's a different group of writers, and we're telling a different version of the story, but it's still that idea.
I loved that
The
show.
music is really incredible.
Who did it?
Jonathan Sheffer and Bruce Roberts are writing the music, and Jonathan's writing the book right now.
Oh, wow.
And it's quite a. We did a little reading, a quiet first reading. It went really, really well.
Oh, I may have to go to Harvard to see this.
We're going to do it here in this city, probably in September. We're going to do another reading.
Oh, I want to come.
Yeah,
I definitely want to come. I'm serious. This was one of my favorite plays that I've ever seen.
It's a really beautiful story. I'm trying to find the hope in the idea. You know,
Yeah, that's a little
two
hard.
of the guys committed suicide.
Well, it's also a lot of betrayal.
Yeah, but it's really like what's going on right now.
And wait, didn't one of them like work at Lincoln Center originally? Didn't he go to work for Lincoln Center?
Possibly, I don't know. But the two boys I'm focusing on, well, the one boy is the one who committed suicide when he was kicked out of Harvard, and how people in power are taking livelihood away of young people who are other. It's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, thank you.
Thank you, Jerry Mitchell.
All right, talk to the others.